everybody, how you doing? It is the interview that I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for because you've been asking me and asking me once I told you that this person was coming. Joining me now is Tawanda V. Braxton Hall.
Paul.
Hall. Mrs.
Yes,
Hall.
Mrs. Hall.
Hello, Mrs. Hall.
Hi.
How you feeling? You look amazing.
Thank you, cousin. You do too. I feel amazing. I
As you should.
I'm in a different space than I was a few years, even just a few years ago, even a year ago. I'm just in a different space.
And what space is that? Let's
This
talk about it.
space is the space of joy, peace, um, and it's just like I think that when you get a little, oh, it's more than when you just get a little older. When you just get it. And I
Hmm
just think that I just get it now, you know? That's where I
So the Braxtons are back, as a number of you know,
am.
and let's talk about this new season. I will admit that I was a part of some of this, in that
Yes.
this is your bridal shower, this is your wedding,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
that's the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
are you looking forward to people seeing when they see the show?
Um, that whenever I do something, I put my heart in it, regardless on what it is. I put my
Mm-hmm.
heart in it. I give it 100%. Um, and I don't like failing at anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is.
But here's the thing that I've come to realize: I don't like failing. I don't like losing. I don't like hard times. I don't like negativity. But I also have learned those were the places where I grew and learned the
Oh
most.
my gosh, yes.
They they are the places where I stretched. They
Mm-hmm.
are the places where I have clearer vision.
Mm-hmm.
And they are the places where I am stronger, so that when I move forward, the forward movement is very intentional.
Right. Exactly. And another thing is, I'm going to learn my lesson. I
Hmm
don't want to keep repeating the same lesson over and over again
Right.
because you're going to do it with different faces, with different places and situations until you learn. And that's
hmm
where I am. I'm like, okay, what lesson do I have to learn from this? Okay, this is
Right.
the lesson in all of this.
Right.
Let me step back, let me pause, let me take a moment so
Yes.
I can realize what this is. And
Yes.
that's where I am.
You just had a birthday.
I did.
Talk about the birthday, because you had an
I
amazing
did have an
gathering.
amazing gathering. It was amazing. It was at Cirque, owned by Keisha, and she's a dear friend of mine, and Keon, Cakes by Keon, and Erica and Kia, and you were there, and MJ and Trina and Mommy, and of course my wonderful husband. And there were
Yes.
some people who actually flew in, like Denise, my soror that I've known since I
Yes.
was 14 years old, and she was
Yes.
also one of the caretakers for Tracy. She flew in. My friends from Virginia, the Boyds, they came, they drove all the way here from Virginia just to surprise me and then drove right back. I mean, that's love.
hmm
That's
It
love. Ryan
absolutely.
Cameron, I mean,
Yes.
Junior, everybody was there and it was just so wonderful.
Yes. How do you feel being celebrated in that way?
Um, it's a little uncomfortable.
Really? Why?
Yeah, a little uncomfortable because that's not, that has not been the norm
hmm
in my life.
hmm
That hasn't been
Yes.
the norm. But
Yes.
I will say now it is the norm. I just have to use that particular muscle that I have not been accustomed to in the past.
hmm
Yeah.
And using it, and accepting it and enjoying it. Okay, so look, I'm going to tell people one story, and then we're going to get off into the Braxton part. So this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I want to tell people that there was a time in my life when I had left television news, and
Mhm.
my life was really challenging because I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do next, and in that challenge, there was a financial hardship that I was experiencing that I did not share with anybody. I've told
Yeah.
this story on another podcast, but I wanted
Yeah.
to share it here as well. I was struggling and nobody knew it. And so this is one of the seasons of the Braxtons. I can't remember if you guys were ending or starting up, but I know you always went to Don Julio, and you invited me to come.
Yes.
And at that time, we were having a good time. But what people did not know is that because I was having a financial hardship, buying food, buying gas, paying a mortgage, all of that stuff was so hard for me. But if you saw me, you would have never known, that I was going through anything. So we were wrapping up the dinner. I was going to the bathroom. I come back. There is $300 in my seat. Girl, I just broke out crying. And what made me start crying is when I came back to Wanda, the Braxton Hall, said to me, I don't know why, but God told me to give you this.
Mhm.
And girl, I just started boo-hooing because I realized in that moment that God heard my prayer. And
Yeah.
even if you don't know who the blessing is coming from,
Mhm. Mhm.
it's coming. What made you do that? Because I don't know if I ever
I
asked you
just,
that.
you did, and I told you I have to be obedient.
Ah,
I just have to be obedient. If I hear, well, not if, when I hear the Spirit of God, or whenever I hear Him, I just move. I have to. And
hmm.
I don't want the other part of it happening to me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not
Uh-huh.
obedient, I
Right,
don't want that. I don't want a whipping. I don't want
right,
that. So
right.
I have to be obedient with any and everything. And I'm gonna just tell you, yesterday, when I was flying home, I was about to go to the Sky Lounge, and something just overwhelming feeling was like, because I can bring two people into the Sky Lounge with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, let me turn this. Sorry. There, that's better.
Is that a train?
So no, it's when I get a text message.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. No problem. Go ahead.
Yes, it's a train. So anyway, so I had this overwhelming feeling to invite someone into the Sky Lounge with me.
Mhm, mhm,
So I saw this young little couple. They were sitting outside of the gate because my flight was delayed. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I asked them, I said, hey, are you two together? And they were like, yeah. They said, well, are you at this flight? I said, yeah. They said, well, it's delayed like 35, 45 minutes. I said, yes. I said, have you ever been in the Sky Lounge? And they said, no. I said,
mhm,
come with me.
mhm.
And I took him to the Sky Lounge. And to me, that's also being obedient. If you get an
Yes.
overwhelming feeling of do this, you never know
Mm-hmm.
how you're going to bless somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I do. And a lot of people don't even know that I do things like that behind the scenes or behind
Yes.
closed doors or behind the camera because I don't need praise. I don't
Yes.
need a round of an applause
Yes.
because God already gives that to me.
Yes. Yes.
So I just keep moving forward with
Well, this
listening.
is this is why I wanted to bring this up because now we're going to talk a little bit more about the show. I posted something with me and Trina. We were,
Hmm.
talked about the show and
Hmm.
and posted it. And I, have done television for a long time, but being in social media, it's a completely different space.
Yeah,
So
it
I've had
is.
to learn how to
Mm-hmm.
curate my space,
Mm-hmm.
curate my followers,
Mm-hmm.
and curate comments.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did not like that I could feel stirring up in me is some of the comments that I saw about you, some of the comments that I saw about Trina.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't come in my house and
Right.
disrespect my guests. So
Right.
I either blocked them or deleted them. How have you been able to handle the kind of criticisms that I'm sure you get a whiff of
Oh
for
yeah.
this long?
It's a lot. However, they don't define who I am and what I do and how I
Mm-hmm.
move. So the main thing that I do is ignore and soar. So I delete, I block, and I just think that it's a sickness because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when I block some people, I see that they follow me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's a sick. If you don't like me, why are you following me?
Right,
Why are you
right,
watching me? You
right.
know? So I just they don't define who I am. They just get a small glimpse. It's not even they don't even get it.
Mm-hmm.
They get an edited version of who I am, or they
Mm-hmm.
get an edited version of someone telling them how they should feel about me,
Mm-hmm.
because they have never experienced me. So when they do, when there are some people who actually are able to sit down, have a conversation with me, or to experience me, they're like, ah, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not for them to get, honestly, to be honest with you. And then when you get a little older, you just don't give a fuck about nothing.
Absolutely, you sure don't. Oh
You
my
don't.
God.
You don't.
You don't.
I
You
have a
really don't.
song. I don't give a fuck. That's my song. Don't. I just don't. I don't. They don't
Yeah,
define. And I tell my
yeah,
daughter that all the time. She's at that age now,
yeah,
where people are criticizing and
yeah.
just throwing negative stuff to her and just trying to
Disparaging.
bring her down. I mean,
Yeah,
these are grown ups. These are grown
yeah.
adults.
Grown people.
Oh,
Yeah,
you see Tawanda's daughter. You know what? You do see my daughter, and guess where she is?
yes.
At a very talented number one art school, doing her
Mm-hmm.
damn thing, doing her damn
Flourishing,
thing, doing
doing
her
thoroughly
damn thing,
well.
believing in
Absolutely.
herself.
Absolutely. But that is something that you're going to have to consistently say to her because it's something we all had to
Yeah.
consistently say to ourselves until we got here.
Hmm.
Age, time,
Hmm.
experience teaches you
Hmm.
how to do that. So it's wonderful that you're undergirding her. Can we talk about where do you believe this whole ideology of you all being jealous of one particular sister? Where does that come from? Where is that
Um,
narrative?
if the narrative was planted to me,
Mm.
to the narrative, because that has never ever been anything in our family, ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I, I don't know. It doesn't make sense because my thing is, and I'm just going to be blunt and honest, and transparent.
Yeah,
How can I be jealous of my youngest sister and not be jealous of Tony?
absolutely.
It doesn't make sense, people.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Think about things. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing, I mean, absolutely nothing that I
Mm-hmm.
want, need, or desire from anybody walking on this earth.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Here's another
Nothing.
thing that I mentioned too, because people like to really get into this gang posture of pitting sisters against each other, who's
Oh,
good,
yeah.
who's bad. And the
Yeah.
one thing that I made mention of, which I found people were deathly silent when I made this, but I'm going to say it again here. So when the show aired, one of the seasons, I do not recall, when Tamar was having issues or possibility of not being able to carry a child or even
Right.
have a child,
Hmm.
you were the main sister who came and said, if there is an issue, I
Hmm.
would be willing to carry it for my sister because I
Absolutely.
know she wants to have a child.
Absolutely. And I would
But
do it
people
again.
seem but
Absolutely.
but people seem to forget that.
Of course. They forget the good.
They
They
forget
forget
that.
the good. They forget the good and they dwell on the bad.
Absolutely. The
That's what
second
that
thing
is.
I will make mention of, everybody has seen the clip, several clips, but one
Hmm.
particular clip where Tamar is throwing water, and you can clearly see that it is in your direction,
Yeah.
which I believe is meant to hit you,
Of course.
and you move. And
Hmm.
then people try to equate that to the time where you were upset with your family because nobody was caring about you, and you never threw the water in
At
anyone's
anybody.
direction.
No. No.
So, how is it that people cannot see? Because I bring that up too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people still are like,
Yeah, of course.
and I'm like, really?
Do you know what? That whole reaction to
Really?
me is the state of the world even now, what's happening now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You believe whatever narrative you want to believe because that's
Mm-hmm.
where what you want to believe. You want to
Mm-hmm.
believe a negative narrative, and that's where you are, and that's okay. And you can stay right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like when we were in school. You know how they separate uh,
Special
the
needs
learning?
children.
Yes, the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
learning.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, when you get into the world, you don't know. You
Right.
don't know who you're mingling with. You don't know who
Right.
you're talking to. You don't know if you have to say, okay, this color is red, spell red, RED. And this goes in this column. We don't have we can't do that in the real world. And it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with the individuals that are on social media. It's the
Right.
same individuals that's walking, going to the grocery store. You meet up at the grocery, it's the same people. So I'm not going to waste my energy
Right.
or my time to defend who I am. I'm not doing it to
Right.
anybody. I'm just not. You want to believe that? Fine. If you want to state in that vibrational frequency, fine. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Can
just
we
where I
talk?
am.
Can we talk about where your relationship is? Because I know a lot of people want to know. Where is your relationship now with your youngest sister?
I love my sister dearly. I just set a lot of definitive boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not willing, I've said it before in several seasons. that I'm not willing to accept behaviors anymore in my life, and I mean it. And I don't care whose face is attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it anymore. And another thing is, what am I saying to my kids?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Braxton in the Navy, Brooks at a art school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that to say that they're living their lives now. They're adults, pretty
Yeah.
much now. They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So what am I teaching them? That's all. That's just like being in an abusive relationship, a man and a
Yes.
woman, or a man and man, one, whatever you are, who are a human, two humans being in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your children are seeing that it's abusive, whether it's emotional, verbal, physical, or mental. It's all abuse.
Yes.
So if you continue to be in that situation, if there's there a continuum of being in that situation, you're teaching your children or people that are looking up to you or around you that that's okay. And
Mm-hmm.
they're going to repeat the same thing over and over again. And I don't want that for my kids. I love my kids too much for that.
Right. Right.
So that's what I'm
Right.
saying. I set a definitive boundary. You're not doing this to me anymore. I'm not allowing this anymore. And I'm owning the fact that I've allowed it.
Right.
You
And
got to
now
own
you're
your shit.
owning it that I'm changing.
And
Yeah.
I'm changing it because I
Yes.
can't change you. I can only
Right.
change me. And that's
Right.
where,
And what are your heart boundaries? Not just with her, just in general.
just
What are
period.
your
You're
heart
not,
boundaries?
um, disrespect,
Mm-hmm.
disrespect. I mean, to me, disrespect is the root and it flowers into other things.
I agree.
That's what I
I
think.
agree. Can we talk about Ashley? Because I know that she's going to be on the show, I guess, for a little bit. You know me, I kind of dip in and dip out. Is that something that we're going to understand or unravel or
I
okay?
mind my business because I'm being honest. I mind my
Uh-huh.
business. I be
Mm-hmm.
over here at this address,
Mm-hmm.
minding my
Minding my business.
minding my business. It's crazy because when you mind your business, people get mad that you're minding your business.
Yeah. That you're not in it.
That I'm not in it. But
When you're
like I
quiet,
said, what's my
they're
song?
mad at you.
I
I
don't
don't
give.
give a
I don't. I don't. I'm
I
over here
got you.
happy and raising
Mm-hmm.
my children.
Mm-hmm. And being empty nesters with your husband too.
Empty
Enjoying that.
nesters running around naked,
Doing what grown people do.
shaking my booty, and every
Eh,
chance I get. Every chance, I go up the stairs, boom, 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 bop, 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 bop. What that man say? He said, bop, 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 bop. That's what I do, up and down the stairs with my booty. Yeah.
what do you want people to learn, gather, glean from this show and what they're about to see?
That it's okay to grow. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to evolve, and you don't have to be stuck because it's family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, because a lot of people have watched the show since forever. We've been around for about 15 years now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, either what you going to do? Either you're going to vibrate up or you're going to vibrate out. So you make a decision of what you're going to do. Let's go. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to emerge somehow,
Mm-hmm.
some way. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like there's a time when you will get tired of doing the show or get tired of people seeing your family in a certain light?
I don't get tired of people because that means that I give them control over my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And at a very young age, it clicked. I think I was about 9 years old
Mm-hmm.
when it clicked for me. Um, and I was told to never let them see you sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got that, I was like, I took that and I ran with it. I put it all in different columns. I'm a Virgo, you know. I put them all in
Yes.
different columns to say, okay, I'm gonna compartmentalize it. Okay, this means this, and I'm put this over here, and I count to two, all that. And
Mm-hmm.
what I came to was never allow a person to have control over your emotions. That means that they have power over you. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what people think, feel, or experience in their lives to believe it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I am the one who can take it and say, I believe what they believe, but I don't believe what they believe. I only believe what I
Mm-hmm.
believe in myself,
Mm-hmm.
in my spirit. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So I had the opportunity to go to Tulum with you for your
Mhm.
bachelorette gathering and saw your wedding, which was
Yes.
beautiful. gorgeous. A lot of people know that Tamar was not there. Will we
Mhm.
understand why she wasn't there during the show? Will you
Well,
explain?
I hope
Will you
that
share?
I hope that they, meaning the network and the production company, um, doesn't do a disservice with telling the truth. And
Hmm.
if they don't, I mean, you know me, I have receipts for every goddamn thing because that's just
Absolutely,
what I do.
absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
absolute. I got receipts, but
Hmm.
why? Who am I
Hmm.
proving it to?
Hmm.
Who am I proving it to?
Right,
to? What narrative am I feeding into? You
right.
believe what you want to believe. Just know that I'm in this lane of healing and peace. And what people have to understand is once you stop blaming other people, you're on your way. When you stop
Hmm.
blaming yourself, you're almost there.
Hmm.
When you don't blame nothing,
Hmm.
when you're right there at the finish line. I'm not
Hmm.
blaming anybody for nothing or
Hmm.
myself. I've done the things that, naturally that I've done throughout the course of me getting ready for my amazing wedding,
Hmm.
and just know that I didn't exclude anybody. That's it.
Okay,
That's
okay, okay. And then, can you share your feelings not having Tracy for another season? Your feelings
now
of getting married and her not being there and
that was
everything else.
that was difficult.
Hmm.
That was very, very, very challenging. Um, I was the I was the only girl in the family who never had a wedding.
Hmm.
So it was important for my husband for me to have a wedding. I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted to have a wedding too, but it was really, he was like, "You, this is what we going to do this because this is what
Right.
you deserve. This is what you want. This is what you want to have."
Right. Right.
Um, and it was an empty. It was more than her not being able to be there or making a decision not to be there. It was because she's not walking this earth to be able
Right.
to be there.
Right.
So that saddened me because I was the first girl to get married to not have one of the sisters willingly
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
You know. So, but of course, I implanted her throughout the wedding.
Yeah.
She was throughout the wedding, so she was spiritually, energetically, she was there. Um, but she was definitely missed in the
How
human
did
sense.
how did it feel getting married for a second time, and how did it feel? How does it feel now in
The
this
first one,
marriage?
the first one
As
didn't
a
count.
Oh, okay, all right, all right,
I mean, we went to the courthouse.
okay,
You know what I mean?
right. Well, you didn't
We
have
went
a
to-
wedding, but you were still married.
I wasn't. I think that was a trial.
Okay, okay.
I
And
mean,
so, what have you learned from the first to the second? What
what
would you
I've
say?
learned, I love being a wife.
Hmm.
I love being his partner and he being my partner. We
Hmm.
build things together.
Hmm.
And I think that, well, not think, I know that that's a huge difference. There are no secrets. We talk about absolutely everything, even if it's uncomfortable. We have uncomfortable conversations. Um, it's just very, very different. I didn't know it was supposed to be like this.
Hmm.
Did not know it was supposed to be like this, and I love it. You know,
Hmm.
we share everything. Like what I mean by everything is like, I mean, of course, I have my homegirls, my girlfriends, and my
Of course.
cousins and people that I hang out with. He has his thing,
Hmm.
right? It's just that we don't we don't download negatively.
Hmm.
We always see the good in everything, and that's
Hmm.
something that we have been working on, and it takes skill to do it. So even if he's doing things and I'm doing things and we come together, instead of dumping and overflowing with and this happened, we talk about the best part of our day. This was the
Hmm.
best part of my day. Doing this and seeing this was the best part of my day. So instead of being drained after a conversation, we still feel uplifted
Hmm.
in a conversation. I just love
Hmm.
him. I've never loved a man the way that I love him.
Really?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Really. I
Hmm.
think it shows on you too. Like
Yeah.
when you guys are together, you can definitely tell that you are meant to be a cohesive unit.
Thank
So that is what I'm happy for you, and very happy and proud to have been a part of the journey,
you.
and
Hmm.
to see it come to completion with the, you know, the time in Tulum and the actual marriage. Um, I hope that people, when they see your show this season, that regardless of how they feel about any of you all as family, I hope that they people have the ability to recognize that family, friendships, marriages, whatever you want to call it, relationships
Hmm.
are not easy.
No.
Relationships
Mhm.
have ebbs and flows.
You have to.
Relationships
Yeah.
have difficulty,
Hmm.
and relationships have joy. And I
Yes.
hope that in some regard, people have the ability to see their own families and
Hmm.
places where they want to shift, create boundaries, elevate, be better, um, and come to some kind of understanding.
Yeah.
Even if that means certain relationships will end,
Yeah.
or you will recalibrate how you move in them, and
Hmm.
that's okay.
That's
And
okay.
that's okay.
And that's okay. But people have to understand you have a choice in everything that you do in life.
Hmm.
You can choose to listen to the negative narrative, or
Hmm.
you can choose to move forward in joy, or see the
Hmm.
joy and the
Hmm.
happiness and
Hmm.
people and things, you know. But that doesn't mean that you should choose to be abused.
Hmm.
That's
I
it.
agree. I agree. So when is it? Talk to me when Braxton Family Values airs when?
On October 10th
Mhm.
on WeTV and streaming on All Black.
All right. And talk about real quick, I'm sorry, your acting career. I know that you've been doing some things with that. And, you know, here's the thing, it's always a fine line that I walk because some of the stuff that I'm asking you, I already
You
know.
already know the answers.
So, so, but I know I'm like, well,
Everyone else wants to know. I get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to tell it, but you tell it. You tell what
Yeah.
you want to tell.
I have been I mean, I've already always produced movies and things because I produced Unbreak My Heart, the Tony Braxton story. And it actually won a Canadian Emmy. That's something. But I've been doing more producing. I've directed. I've been doing some directing. That has been a lot of fun. And I've been doing a lot of different roles, things that I've never done before. Like I played a crackhead. I love playing a crackhead.
Oh my.
That was
Okay.
fun. That was
Okay.
fun because you could just do whatever you want. I
Mm-hmm.
played some serious roles. So I mean, I just love the art of entertainment. I love the art of entertainment and what it does for people,
Mm-hmm.
because it takes you away from your own situations.
Yes. Two
Hmm.
more questions and then we're out. One question being, I noticed a lot of people still have comments or things to say about your look, the fact that you don't
Have
wear
hair.
hair.
Yeah,
Can you address that?
I can. Let me just say this is what's so hilariously funny. So when I
Mm-hmm.
wore a wig, people would say, Tony, you need to get rid of that wig. Okay, I got rid of the wig. Oh, you need to put a wig back on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't please everybody. You just can't do it. It's always going to be one or two or three, 400 in that
Uh-huh.
cup.
Uh-huh.
So I have alopecia, and I've
Mm-hmm.
had alopecia forever. And I knew that I had alopecia. I knew my hair was different when we were growing up. I mean, I've said it someplace else before, but I'm giving it to you. I knew my hair was a little different growing up. Um, but it was just an unspoken thing that we just never talked about it. People who my hairstylist like Marie, who's been around forever, Dante, Kellon, Derek. I mean, all these magic, all these people who has been in my head before. They would just say, "Oh, it's just thinning right here." The
Mm-hmm.
political part of this is just, "Oh, it's just thinning. Oh, it's thinning." No, no, people,
Uh-huh.
you know what it is. It's alopecia.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when Tracy got sick, and let me tell y'all, Tracy didn't lose no hair. Her hair
She
was
showed it looked
filled,
thicker.
long, thick.
Yes.
I mean, but
Mm-hmm.
she always had thick hair, but it
Mm-hmm.
was just what it was. So in solidarity for Tracy, um, we cut our hair. Tony cut her hair. Trina said she
Mm-hmm.
couldn't cut hers because her face was too fat and round, but I think
Mm-hmm.
she's beautiful with her hair.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Mm-hmm.
I find nobody thought that I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I did, Tracy was like, "Oh, Wanda, you look so beautiful with your hair like this." And she would,
Mm-hmm.
as you saw in the last season, she would rub
Yes.
my hair, she would brush
Yes.
it, and that's when
Yes.
it was growing out because we were there for a long time. And I was like, I ain't trust nobody to cut my hair,
Right.
or take pictures. You know how people are, just to try to humiliate. And I was like, I do this by
Yes.
myself. I'm not doing that. So,
Yes.
um, so that's why. So I just kept it this way, and it's easy. I don't have to fake the funk, to think or believe that I have something that I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I went to see a dermatologist. She was amazing. Um, and she said, "Well, you can grow your hair back. It's just going to take some time." And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
If I want to slap on a wig when I'm working, I'll slap on a wig when I'm working.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is."
Absolutely. And I hope that women, and I ask that question because I know that there are women who may struggle with, maybe it's not alopecia, it could be anything. And
Hmm.
hopefully
Hmm.
seeing that being bold, like taking hold of the
Yeah.
thing that you're worried about, will be the victory for you. You
Right.
don't have to worry about the people. Do you like it? Are you
Yes.
comfortable in it? Then that's
Yes.
all. Do your man love it? Then
That's
that's
it.
all that matters.
He cut my hair. He's the first person who cut my hair. He cut my
Then
hair.
there it is.
He cut my
There it
hair.
is.
That was
Mm-hmm.
love. He cut my hair. He would kiss my scalp and do all those things. But what I want, some of the women out there, because there's some people who would send me messages saying, "Twanda, that's amazing. I wish I had that. You know, the confidence that you have and all this." And I'm like, listen, if is it confidence? Sure. I'm gonna tell you what it really is.
Yeah.
I don't walk in shame.
There it is. Because here's the thing I will say too, and even though it wasn't alopecia for me, it was cancer for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I lost my hair and when my hair started coming back, I just had this overarching feeling that I didn't want to be
Hmm.
who I was in the acceptance of it's got to be relaxed, it's got to be long, it's got,
Right.
and to realize like there is nothing wrong
Mm-hmm.
with the
Mm-hmm.
way that I am right now, right
Right
here.
now.
And if you don't like it, then don't you do what I'm doing. Do what works for you. But this
Right.
is how I want to show up in the world. And I love, I'll
Yeah.
never go back to relaxing my hair again. I
Mm-mm.
will never
Mm-mm.
do it because I'm too
Mm-mm.
comfortable in my own space. One,
Yes.
my last question, and again, because this has been in the media, on social media, there's a clip where your sister is like saying, I apologize. Oh, sorry. You know what? I'm getting ready to I apologize for how I've been acting, or what. Oh, no, 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 no. I apologize for what you all are about to see. Basically, saying that everybody's family is fucked up.
Hmm.
What do you believe that I guess we are going to see that Tamar is apologizing for?
Um, I don't know.
Hmm. Okay.
I don't know. I I have to, where I am not dwelling in that space. That's her journey and I'm on mine.
Hmm.
And my journey is a journey of peace and joy, understanding, high vibrational frequency. And I'm
Hmm.
not bending my head down to see what's underneath that lower level of frequency anymore. And I'm
Hmm.
not saying that a person is low level frequency, because people can twist your words.
Yes, they
I'm talking
can.
about that grunt, if I
Hmm.
know it makes sense to you. The grunt of
It
what,
does. It does.
instead of looking at the joy of what's happening.
Hmm. And
And
finally, this is my last thing too.
this
I
your
hope
life.
that
This,
I promise my last. This is what I hope people will see too. Is that um you can be in the same family, you can have different experiences
mhm,
within the family, even in the way you were raised. All of
right.
you have the same mom and the same dad, but you can definitely have different experiences as you were growing and even as adult people.
Hmm.
And just walk above whatever you believe you were seeing and what you're hearing. And a lot of it is edited, some of it is not. But just rather than be accusatory and try to say who's right or who's wrong, figure out what you can learn from it. Figure
Learn.
out what you are really seeing in the space. Don't take just because somebody is silent, just because somebody is not triggered and they're not reacting, they're not
That's it.
meeting you in the way that you are reacting,
Mm-hmm.
does not mean that the person who's quiet
Mm-hmm.
is weak, because it takes strength
To be quiet.
to not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the power move. All
It
that,
is. I'm not
that's
doing
easy.
that. I'm not.
The
That's
quiet
energy though.
part,
Yeah.
mhm.
I'm not. I'm not draining my energy for nobody.
So I
I'm
will tell you
not.
this. I love the elevation that I've seen in you. I can tell
Thank
by even the
you.
conversations that we have on the phone, via text. When I tell you that I know Tawanda D. Braxton
Mm-hmm.
Hall, and when I tell you that I visually see the
Yeah.
changes,
Oh yeah.
I visually see, even in our dialogue,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
visually see it in your person, in the way that you
Mm-hmm.
move. So I don't care what people have to say, whether you get it or you don't.
That's not for me to do. And also,
Mm-mm.
it's not my responsibility
No,
for someone else's triggers. That's not my
no,
responsibility.
no,
That's not my
no,
responsibility.
no. Because if somebody's being triggered, that means that's something you ain't dealt with. That has nothing to do with
That you
me.
have to heal from.
You
That's
have to heal from being,
nothing.
because in order for you to be triggered means something's wrong, something's going on with you that you haven't dealt with.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tawanda Braxton Hall,
Don't my boobs look really big?
girl, everything is juicy. I saw you at
This,
that birthday party. I was like, that booty is
well, it
bootying.
is, but
It's
it's because of the situation that happened that they're gonna talk about on the show, and
yeah,
I had to
and
take those shots and the
I,
steroids
I,
and
I'm look here. That's why I say I know stuff, but I ain't saying nothing because I'm
yeah,
gonna wait till people see it. But
yeah.
but here's the thing.
But I didn't
You look,
run. I ain't run
you
to
look.
the. I ain't run and say, "This is look and see what's happened to
Yeah,
me. Give me
yeah,
some." I don't do that.
yeah.
I don't do
As a
that.
matter of fact, you did a good job of hiding
I
or not
did.
saying. Even
I,
the way you would angle some
I
pictures
did. I
that
did.
you.
I was like this.
Uh-huh. Or it'd be an eye like this, right?
Hmm. I did. I did.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You did.
I did.
You absolutely did. So
I did.
I love you. I love you
I,
deep. I love you deep. And like I said, I don't care what people have to say. And I'm learning how to not let them make me get angry, because my first reaction sometimes is to be like, you
right.
don't even know what you're talking
Right.
about.
Right.
You
It's to
don't even
respond.
know
But
what
that's what
you.
they. But that's what people want. They feed on that. They feed
Yeah,
on
but
that. So
but then I was like, you know what? Why am I yelling into the wind?
right. They
These
can't
people
even
don't
hear
know.
you.
They can't hear me. They don't know you. They don't know me.
No. Mm-mm.
So
I don't care. I
okay.
don't care. I don't know these people. And if I did, I don't know these people. You hear
No,
what I mean?
I don't know them.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
them. I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like Mariah. Who? I don't know her.
Who?
I
Yeah,
don't know
Mariah. I still don't know her.
I don't know
No, I don't know her.
her.
So
Who? I don't know.
who? Don't
I
know
don't know.
her. I love you, cousin.
Love you.
Thank you for this.
Thank
I
you.
know the show is going to be amazing. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see it. And only higher, baby. We just going
That's it.
that
Let's
way
elevate. Let's
and
just
this way, forward,
yep.
forward and up. All right.
That's it. That's
All
it.
right, y'all. Until next time, we're gonna talk to y'all later. Bye.